last-ditch efforts to stop Ontario's school strike. Jagmeet Singh's campaign gets a re-up. Humber gets a case of volleyball fever. Humber News starts now. Hello, I'm Ashley Radcliffe coming to you from our newsroom at Humber's North Campus. It's Friday, October 4th. Here's what's making news this hour. Last-minute negotiations to avoid a school strike are underway between the Ontario government and the Canadian Union of Public Employees. The two sides are hoping the talks can prevent a strike and the closure of schools next week. On Wednesday, representatives from the 50,000 QP members gave notice that they will be walking off the job Monday. Most school boards say they will shut down for safety reasons. A strike would not only cancel classes but also close all child care centers with QP members, a problem that has many parents scrambling. With more on the story, here is Zainab Zaman.
The words school and strike together in a sentence have been known to stir fear in the hearts of many parents. That fear could become a reality if QP staff decides to go on strike on Monday morning. That means librarians, educational assistants, and caretakers will walk off the job for various demands and worker sick leave. The Toronto District School Board says the strike is mandatory for student safety.
I think by now you've heard the news that we have made the decision to close our schools to students on Monday if there isn't a negotiated settlement with our QP workers. Our QP workers cover many different aspects to our board services, and we felt that we required this decision in order for our students to be safe.
Parents are concerned about the possible strike and their support for both sides. School closure will impact thousands of parents across Ontario as they prepare for the strike by searching for daycare and taking time off work.
Hi, I understand why the teachers are going on strike. It's just unfortunate that some of the parents need to take off time work, find babysitter, find some means to look after the kids while teachers are, going on strike, and of course, they're very important they're our backbone to the school.
I'm fortunate that I have an employer who will allow me to bring my kids to school, but there are some moms where, we're trying to pool groups to kind of share days where we can watch our kids.
The last time families and children felt the effects of a strike was in 2001, which lasted for 3 weeks. Some families are facing the burden of cuts to more than one budget cut by the Ford government.
I am a concerned parent because I do have a special needs child who has autism, and the EA support team is going to be on strike, and unfortunately we're affected as well.
The Canadian Union of Public Employees says they are hoping to make a deal that stops the strike. Deal discussions continue today for any changes or closures come Monday morning. I'm Zainab Zaman for Humber News.
Federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh must be putting in that work, or at least Rihanna seems to think so. The music superstar has caused a stir by following Singh on Instagram. With more on how this could affect the youth vote in this election, here's Humber News reporter Paige McGowan.
It looks like NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is getting a re-up on his campaign. Fans of the multi-talented, Grammy Award-winning singer Rihanna noticed she followed Singh on Instagram yesterday. While a follow on Instagram might not count as an explicit political endorsement, some people are speculating on what her views are for the upcoming Canadian election. Something as simple as a follow on social media has people second-guessing their vote.
I feel like there should be other factors to consider about voting because it's such a big decision. And although Rihanna's like an icon, she doesn't live in Canada at the end of the day. So it's just like Canadians should not take her following him into consideration to decide whether or not they should vote for NDP.
I would not change my vote just because you have to take in everything else that he's going to be doing and wants to do. And just because a celebrity follows someone, that's not really that relevant to what that person's going to be doing for me and my future.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say that Rihanna following Jagmeet Singh is a good thing, first and foremost. Personally, I'm going to say it on record. I am going to vote for NDP. Her doing that does help propagate his platform. It helps with the idea, in fact, that what he's promising to students, to the city, to Canada, will help us. I just believe that she did a good thing.
Oh my goodness, I love Jagmeet anyways. I was gonna marry him. And for Rihanna, that's so good. Go Jagmeet!
In addition to recently being named the richest woman in music, Rihanna has proven she knows what she's doing in several industries. She has successfully launched her own makeup line, won multiple awards in the music industry, acted in blockbuster movies, and has a high-end clothing line on the way as well. While it's not clear what about Singh caught Rihanna's attention, his campaign has already gained more publicity from this.
Does a follow on Instagram count as an endorsement? There are mixed opinions about that. As of yesterday, Jagmeet Singh can count on Rihanna being under his umbrella of fans. I'm Paige McGowan, Humber News.
While one candidate is getting follows, another is being asked to update their contact information. Conservative leader Andrew Shearer has admitted to having dual citizenship in both Canada and the United States. Shearer has previously raised concerns about former Governor General Michael Jean holding both the Canadian and French passport. Shearer claims he wasn't attacking her.
My constituents, what they thought of that at the time. I was born in Canada. My mom was born in Mississauga. My dad was born in the United States. I grew up my whole life in Canada, and that's how I've always never tried to hide her.
Shearer said Thursday he decided to renounce his U.S. citizenship once he became Conservative Party leader, a process that typically takes 9 to 10 months for the U.S. Embassy to complete. A new pilot program has been launched to control illegal parking on Queen Street in downtown Toronto. Instead of being towed to impound lots, cars parked improperly will be towed to nearby side streets. Offenders will be issued a $150 no-stopping ticket, but the towing fee will be waived. Mayor John Tory announced Friday morning that the project will begin on Monday and last for 6 weeks. If proven effective, Tory said it may become permanent. The Joker movie is no laughing matter for those concerned about mass violence.
You just ask the same questions every week.
Across the U.S., theaters are preparing for the premiere of the Joker movie by upping their security. The new film that stars Joaquin Phoenix is an origin story for Batman's most notorious villain. Critics are worried that the film encourages mass violence because of its positive depiction of a bullied loner. Police forces in some American cities have said that they are planning to deploy additional officers to monitor their screenings. Reviews for the film have called Phoenix's performance brilliant but terrifying. Famous actor and filmmaker James Franco is being sued by 2 women for alleged sexual misconduct. 2 women that attended Franco's acting school in Los Angeles claim to have been sexually assaulted and are suing the actor. A lawsuit was filed this morning that breaks down a total of 12 complaints, including sex discrimination, sexual harassment, and negligent misrepresentation. One of the women tweeted to Franco addressing the sexual misconduct. Franco has denied the allegations and said the things on Twitter are inaccurate. There is no set amount of how much the actor is being sued for. Despite the chilly weather, students and faculty ate gourmet lunch on a budget while helping those in need. Here's Sydney Walcott with the details.
Spring rolls, Brazilian cuisine, samosas, fish and chips, dumplings, and jerk chicken poutine that I got to enjoy were some of the many options available at Humber's annual Food Truck Festival. Twice a year during the fall and spring, students and faculty at Humber College got to enjoy a gourmet lunch on a budget during the 2-day annual festival. The first day was at the Lakeshore campus, while the North campus had theirs the following day. Antonio Forlino, the event coordinator, explains what had inspired them to start this event.
Food Truck Festival started 5 years ago. It was part of a Humber Gives initiative. The money that we raise goes to help students with their tuition. It gives the opportunity for the students to experience different types of food trucks. Yeah, that's about it.
The Get Your Own Tater Tots returned again from last year to continue providing gourmet food for the Humber community.
Everything we have is on top of tater tots. It's one of those things that started in the 50s, 60s, and it's festival food. So it's really popular. It's very flexible when it comes to changing the toppings around and catering to different cuisines. We did this event last year as well, it was a really good turnout. We had a lot of fun doing it. We got a lot of good feedback, and we were invited this year again. So.
What a lot of students and faculty like about the Food Truck Festival is that they get to help those in need, all the while enjoying a gourmet lunch on a budget and from a truck. Sydney Walcott, Humber News.
5 crew members are dead and 3 are injured after a plane crash in western Ukraine. A Ukraine minister says the military cargo plane made an emergency landing after it ran out of fuel. The Russian-made plane disappeared off radars at 7 a.m. on its way from Spain to Ukraine. A crew member called in the emergency landing 30 minutes later. The crash site was found 1 kilometer from the airport. A Banksy painting depicting primates sitting in Britain's parliament sold for more than $12 million. The piece is called Devolve Parliament, and it shows chimpanzees replace politicians in the House of Commons. The bidding war took 13 minutes for investors to empty their wallets.
I think there's no doubt that today this image has incredible currency, not just here in the UK, but across Europe and beyond.
The final price of the painting was £8.5 million, which roughly works out to 19.9 million Canadian. A man in France was able to walk again thanks to science. The 28-year-old quadriplegic was assisted by a 4-limb robotic system that is controlled by signals from his brain. For more than 2 years, the patient was put through invasive mental tasks to prepare him for using the exoskeleton. 2 recording devices were implanted on each side of the man's head to control his function. Cost for this innovative invention would make it too expensive for most people suffering from spinal cord injury. Scientists hope to make it accessible for all in the future. We are going to take a quick break. Still ahead, the latest in sports. But first, Paige McGowan has a preview of your 3-day forecast.
Colder nights, falling leaves, and pumpkins in the grocery store are all signs that the spookiest season of the year is upon us. While summer lovers are holding on to the last bit of warmth, some are looking forward to the cooler days ahead. I'll have the weather forecast for you after the break.